Hi guys, welcome to another episode of WOF. Today's edition of this video is nothing to do with figure releases or figures that I have actually received. In fact, this is because it's WrestleMania week! Yes! As we all know, WrestleMania is coming this Saturday and Sunday. And today I am literally going to talk about, well, basically the matches that I think are key matches to this weekend. And also I will be talking about the NXT Stand and Deliver pay-per-view that's coming up also on Saturday. So to start things off, let's talk about, God, I've nudged the table. Let's talk about Stand and Deliver. Key matches for Stand and Deliver. First one that pops into my head, because I haven't got a list of what the matches are, so I am literally needing to try and remember everything I've had. So, first one that comes to mind is the Women's Championship match on NXT, which is a ladder match. We have Roxanne, who has just come back from a storyline injury. Zoe Stark, Tiffany Stratton, I think her name is. Forgive me, AJ, because I know that you're a big fan of her. Indy Hartwell. And I'm sure there's six. Oh, come on. My brain's gone blank. Oh, God. AJ's missus is gonna love this one. With me and my Oh, come on. I honestly don't know. I think I actually might have all of them. Anyway, forgive me if I've missed any of the people. This match, I predicted that Tiffany is going to win this ladder match. However, with the return of Roxanne, I have a very strange feeling that she is going to retain the championship. After the storyline collapse, based on basically Shawn Michaels when he collapsed with his concussion thing, she was pretty much taken out of the game. However, she returned obviously this week. Apologies to anyone that might not have seen NXT this week, so beware. It could be some spoilers in here if you haven't watched any of the programming. So, she returned this week. She practically begged Shawn Michaels to put her in the match. He put her in. Fair enough. She wants to defend the championship. So, I honestly do think that the two possibilities of people winning is got to be Tiffany or Roxanne. That's how I look at it. To me, it's a key match for the Women's Championship in NXT. And to me, that them two are the key people within this match. Indy Hartwell, she's a great wrestler. I really do like her performance. Zoe Stark, another great wrestler. But I honestly think that it's going to be between Tiffany and Roxanne as to who is going to be the winner. Next, we'll move on to the main event, as far as I'm aware. The main event, which is going to be Bron Breakker versus Carmelo Hayes. Another key match, because, you know, it's WrestleMania weekend. There's a chance that people are going to get called up to the main roster. Now, looking at Bron Breakker's reign as NXT champion, he's had it for quite a while now. He's pretty much gone through every top guy in NXT. Carmelo Hayes, however, I don't know whether he's actually already had a match against him, but I don't think he has because of the whole lead up to this match. They're basically quite good friends, and Carmelo Hayes has challenged him for the championship. So it's a 50-50 chance, I think, with this match, because Carmelo Hayes could become the champion and Bron Breakker will move over to the main roster. However, Carmelo Hayes, he is a smallish guy. He's not a big powerhouse. Bron Breakker's a powerhouse. He's a big guy. So he could very well just go away with the championship again. But who are they going to build to take Bron Breakker down if Carmelo Hayes doesn't take him down this weekend? There's guys in NXT that could become champion and everything, but there's still a lot of development need doing with people in NXT. For me, Grayson Waller should have been the guy to take Bron Breakker down. However, when he was fighting Bron Breakker, it was probably that little bit too early because it wasn't WrestleMania season. So, could we actually see Bron Breakker lose the championship to Carmelo Hayes and move over to the main roster? Now, when I go on to the WrestleMania matches, you will understand why I think Bron Breakker could jump to the main roster. So, let's move on. As just mentioned, Grayson Waller versus Johnny Gargano. Now, this is as far as I'm aware, it's a non-sanctioned match. After the attack at Gargano's house, in front of Candice and his little baby. Obviously, it's our storyline, as we know. But Grayson Waller has been an absolute fantastic addition to NXT. I really, really like Grayson Waller. His ability in the ring is brilliant. His mic skills is absolute top notch. He really gives it some. Johnny Gargano, one of the greatest wrestlers of NXT. He's obviously gone on there to do this program with Grayson Waller and everything. Oh, it was to do with Shawn Michaels, because he initially challenged Shawn Michaels to a match at Stand and Deliver, but Shawn Michaels, after his match with Triple H, Kane and Undertaker, he said it was fun, but he wouldn't do it again. He won't come out of retirement again. He's always been quite consistent in saying he doesn't want to come out of retirement. Obviously, he came out of retirement for that match, probably because it was for the Arabs and everything in Saudi Arabia, and they like to bring out the legends. They need to leave the legends alone. Let them stay in retirement, especially Goldberg. Yes, I did pronounce that Goldberg, not Goldberg. That was done purposely. So, Grayson Waller versus Johnny Gargano. It's another one of those 50-50. I will get this out of my mouth in a bit. 50-50 situations. Johnny Gargano could stay with NXT a little bit longer. It could lead to more matches with Grayson Waller, because Grayson Waller is such a great wrestler. However, they could just literally have Grayson Waller beat Johnny Gargano, because to be honest, he has been on a roll. Bron Breakker was probably the only guy that he has lost to in probably a very long while. in a streak in a certain length of time. But obviously, they didn't want to put the title on him at that time. We'll see what happens in the future, because I really do think that Grayson Waller is going to be a future champion. Possibly, if he comes to the main roster eventually, possibly a future world champion, but we'll see how it goes with NXT. And if it comes to the main roster, we'll see how it goes on the mid-card. Some people will probably say, oh, he's only a mid-card player. There's a lot of people that started off only as mid-card players and they ended up world champions and they ended up proving people wrong. And I think Grayson Waller could be one of those people. So, on that perspective, like I say, it's another 50-50 chance with them two, because it's one of those cases. You've got two great wrestlers. One is actually a main roster, so we think, unless he is going back to NXT, which, to be honest with you, wouldn't surprise me, because Johnny Gargano, he is NXT. He really was. Bring back the black and gold. You've got to have Gargano. Although it is technically black and gold now, it's not the original black and gold. But I'll be interested to see what goes on with that match. So, for me, they are the key matches of Stand and Deliver. There is the tag team title match with, I think it's Pretty Deadly, Gallus, and there's another two teams. I'm sure there is. I'm sure it's a 4-way. Gallus, Pretty Deadly, I can't remember. I honestly can't remember. They fought. Those two young lads fought a match this week, and I think whoever they lost to went into the match for the tag team titles, and I can't remember who it was. I'm sure it's a 4-way. I can't remember the two teams. I do take notice of NXT, but obviously not enough, or it's just basically my brain not kicking in. I honestly trying to remember the whole weekend that's coming up of matches and everything. It is really quite hard, because there's so many people going to be in the matches. So let's move on. I've said the key matches. I just had it in my head. Oh, the other key match that I think there is the women's tag team title match and an Stand and Deliver between, is it Kiana James or something, and someone Fallon versus Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. This is going to be a key match, and I think, for me personally, there's only one way that this is going to go. With the revelation of what's happened with Kia James being found out that she's cheating on one of the guys from that tag team match that I was on about a minute ago, and them being really good friends, I think it's a case that one of them two are going to turn on each other, and there's no doubt that Alba Fire and Isla Dawn are going to walk away with the titles. If they don't walk away with the titles, I will be very, very surprised. Because, in all honesty, they have been on, dare I say, fire. They have been on fire on NXT. They are a brilliant pairing. What originally started off as obviously a battle between them, they ended up coming together and becoming a team. And in all honesty, they are a great heel team. and I can't see them losing this match for the tag team titles at Stand and Deliver. So for me, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn have to walk away with the titles this weekend, because I think things are going to blow up between Kiana James and I can't remember the first name. I know her second name's Fallon, but names are just they're just slipping out of me. Poof, gone. The database wiped out of my head. Yeah. So that is the key matches that I think are on the Stand and Deliver card. There is more matches, obviously, but those are the only matches that I see as key factors into this weekend. So, moving on, now we're going to the main roster. Now, firstly, I'm going to start off with SmackDown this week. Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. For me, this has to be an obvious winner. It's got to be Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley wants to go into WrestleMania and basically just beat somebody up, and because obviously Bray Wyatt is now off the card, along with Uncle Howdy. I was going to say Uncle Cracker. No. Oh, that would have been wrong. Uncle Howdy. So, with Bray Wyatt being off the card and Bobby Lashley just wanting to basically to go into WrestleMania and fight somebody as an open challenge kind of thing, if that is happening now, I think Bobby Lashley is the only person that is going to possibly even win that Battle Royal. To me, there is absolutely nobody except Bobby Lashley, and I'm sounding like Brock Lesnar now. I think about the Battle Royal. All I think of is Bobby Lashley. I'm thinking about WrestleMania. What can I think of? Bobby Lashley. It's a Brock Lesnar situation. So, yes, this Friday it's got to be, for me, it's got to be Bobby Lashley winning the Memorial Battle Royal. It's the only, to me, it just makes sense. He's going to go into WrestleMania with a bang. He's got to go into WrestleMania with a purpose. I was the winner of the Battle Royal. Somebody come out and challenge me, because I'm not having WrestleMania without a match. That's the only way I can look at it. He's the only person that I think could possibly win. So, because out of all the people in it, LA Knight, see what I mean? He's the only person that I can really pick out a thing in that match. Because everybody is just people that are just randomly been put in there. Oh, Mansoor, he's not going to win, it's obvious. There's so many people been put in the Battle Royal, and you've only got to look at the names and the people that are in that Battle Royal, and you know that they're not going to win. And for me, Bobby Lashley is the only one that has a purpose to win that Battle Royal. So, moving on to WrestleMania. Now, I don't know what matches are going to be on night 1, night 2. I haven't got a clue. And to be honest with you, it's a difficult one this year with WrestleMania. Because predictions, what we think is going to happen, could go all different ways. So let's start off with WrestleMania. I'm going to start off with Bobby Lashley. Yeah, Bobby Lashley starting again. So, Bobby Lashley, he's going to go into WrestleMania if this is still definitely going to happen. If he goes into WrestleMania and he's going to have an open challenge, to me, as I mentioned earlier on about NXT Stand and Deliver, if Carmelo Hayes wins the title, Bron Breakker is going to be the person to challenge him. And apologies, I had to pause the recording, and so back to it. As I was saying, if Kamala Hayes wins the title, for me, Bron Breakker is going to be the one to challenge Bobby Lashley. It'll be a great way to get Bron Breakker over. Bobby Lashley will probably put him over, as he is a new guy. And that is why Bobby Lashley needs to win the Battle Royal on Friday night, because then if he's going to lose at WrestleMania to a possible Bron Breakker debuting for the main roster, it all makes sense. That's, to me anyway, at the very least. So, next match, moving on, key match. For me, the next key match, Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. Now, we have seen this build up for the last few years. Rhea Ripley, for me, should never have lost the first WrestleMania that she was at against Charlotte Flair for the NXT title. She should have been put over by Charlotte Flair. Obviously, now they're using the previous matches that they've possibly had together as a factor into this match. For me, this has to be Rhea Ripley's year. She has to win that title off Charlotte Flair. She has to go over. If Charlotte Flair is not prepared to put Rhea Ripley over this year at WrestleMania, and WWE not willing to put Rhea Ripley over, then I'm sorry, but I lose a bit of respect for the company on that perspective. Rhea Ripley is a monster of a female. She is, for me, she is better than Charlotte Flair. I don't like Charlotte Flair. She's talented. She can wrestle. But it's all gimmick. It's all, I'm a Flair. She gets put over because she's a Flair. It's not just because she's good in the ring. A lot of the time, there is so much nagging. If Charlotte doesn't get this, he doesn't get that, Ric Flair kicks in. I mean, if you see Ric Flair's Twitter, he makes a fool out of himself on a daily basis. Not once, not twice, but 1,000 times a day. He just puts stupid random stuff on Twitter, trying to keep himself relevant. The old man needs to just stop altogether. I had a lot of respect for Ric Flair when he went out against Shawn Michaels, but then to literally tarnish that retirement match by going straight to TNA and starting to wrestle there and doing stuff there, for me, that was just a slap in the face to Shawn Michaels, to WrestleMania, and all those fans that watched that match. So, for me, Rhea Ripley needs to win this weekend at WrestleMania. If she does not win, it is a slap in the face to the women's division, because there is more to the women's division than Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Bayley, and what was Sasha Banks. No question about it. You've got people there. You've got Liv Morgan. You've got Dana Brooke. You've got Lacey Evans. They're all fantastic wrestlers. Raquel Gonzalez. Oh, Rodriguez as it is now. There's so many women stars. I mean, Dana Brooke being put on WWE main event currently. She carried the 24/7 championship all the way through the pandemic. Granted, the 24/7 championship was a bit of a joke championship, but she made it relevant. She was a good wrestler. she was a good wrestler, but obviously, time goes on. The 24/7 championship was nothing, but she was making it relevant. So she should be on the main roster, fighting for more. I mean, they're currently pushing Natalia in a tag team again. Why? Natalia, she's a veteran. She should be putting other people over. Yes, she's been put with Shotzi. Shotzi is a fantastic wrestler, but it's going to hold Shotzi back because Natalia is not that great anymore. When she was a Hart Dynasty gimmick and she was fighting then, yes, she was a fantastic wrestler, but as the years have gone on, the quality for me has gone downhill. She's not all that good. She poses too much. She uses... God bless the Anvil Neidhart, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, don't get me wrong, but she uses her father's name to try and get over. Just like Charlotte Flair's doing. The only difference is Charlotte Flair's getting somewhere because her father was more respected by the company. But Jim Neidhart, using his name to try and get over, trying to make yourself look like a female version is not a good image, in my eyes. I'm expecting probably a bit of backlash, but that's just my opinion on it. So, obviously, you've got the big tag match at WrestleMania as well. Now, obviously, I've just said Shotzi and Natalia. It's not a key match at all. You've got Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, and in all honesty, Shayna Baszler should have been going places on her own instead of being put with Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey, all she is a name. She's a name and she's an ex-fighter. She is not... She started off well and she's now not liked because she's just not improving. She's not a wrestler. She is just literally a Brock Lesnar prototype. Now, I'm not a fan of Brock Lesnar either. I preferred Brock Lesnar when he was in WWE between 2002 and 2003. That's when he was a wrestler. He's a fighter now. But that doesn't mean you can't do more than 2 moves in a match. And that is what Brock Lesnar does. That is another match that's going to be at WrestleMania. Brock Lesnar versus Omos. Why is that on the card? Seriously, where did that idea even come from? If it's a Vince McMahon idea and he's put it forward to the creative and they've decided to put it together, they should have put that on a pre-show or something like that. Brock Lesnar's probably going to walk in there, get slapped about a little bit, get thrown about, eventually get up and have his big moment where he F5s Omos, this 7'4", whatever height he is, Nigerian giant. To me, it's just not relevant to even be on WrestleMania. But I suppose they've got to fill the card and they've got to give people a chance to go for a pee, haven't they? So I suppose it's a pee break match for the people that are going to be there. So let's look at key matches again. Key matches for me. Intercontinental Championship match. You've got Gunther. You've got Drew McIntyre and you've got Sheamus. It was obvious it was going to become a triple threat match. You've got 3 of probably the greatest at the moment on the roster in this match. I've seen people saying that Gunther is boring and rubbish. those people need to either go to sleep and just go away. Don't use a computer anymore. Don't use a phone anymore. Do not go on social media. If you don't understand what a wrestler is, don't watch wrestling. Because that is what Gunther is. He is a wrestler. Gunther has been absolutely amazing on the main roster. He was amazing in NXT. He's lost all that weight. And honest to God, the guy is a powerhouse. He was quite a chunky guy when he came into WWE. But he was a powerhouse, and he literally went through everybody. The longest reigning UK champion, as far as I'm aware. He is an amazing wrestler, and for people to say that he is rubbish and boring, for me, is mind-blowing. Who the hell are these people think are great wrestlers? I mean, seriously, these people are the people that cheer for Brock Lesnar, that goes in the ring and performs 2 matches, 2 moves throughout a whole match. People used to complain about John Cena with his 4 moves of doom. Oh, you can't see me. 4 moves of doom. Brock Lesnar is a 2 moves of doom. Yet people sit there, oh yeah, Brock Lesnar, yeah. Why? He is not a wrestler. He goes in there and he will literally do a German suplex. What, 20-25 times? Maybe the odd punch here and there and an F5. That is not wrestling. That is just boring. And these people are the same people that actually turn around and say that Gunther, that plays out a proper wrestling match, is boring. Oh my God. To me, it's not right. It's just not why. Anyway, moving on. Gunther versus Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus. I can't see Drew McIntyre or Sheamus walking away with a championship. For me, it's 100% Gunther going to win. Because I reckon Sheamus and Drew McIntyre will have a moment where they will start colliding, start falling out, because they are supposed to be really good friends. Something's going to go on with them too. Gunther's going to take advantage. Plus you've got the rest of Imperium that might possibly be at ringside. I don't know whether they're barred or anything, or whether they will be at ringside. If they are going to be at ringside, Drew McIntyre and Sheamus are going to have to deal with them too as well. But for me, Gunther has to win this match. If he doesn't win this match, I'd be very surprised. Unless they have big plans for Gunther moving forward, going into the main event. So let's have a look at the next match I am going to talk about, which is a key match. There's not many key matches for me. For me, Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins is just put there just to put a celebrity over. People are saying that Seth Rollins is going to win, but I beg to differ on that one. I really, really do. I can't see how a celebrity's going to come in and have a solo match at WrestleMania and lose it. I could be wrong. There's probably there will be celebrities that have come in and lost a match and everything, but majority of the time it is a celebrity that wins at these kind of events. So to me, it's not a key match. It's just been dumped there because they haven't been building any matches for WrestleMania. It's been a good build up. Don't get me wrong. It's been impressive. It's been a good build up with them, but to me, it's just not a key match. So for me, the only key match left on the card now is Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Now, This is one of those matches that is another that is a 50-50 situation. Roman is coming up to possibly hit 1,000 days as champion. Now, knowing WWE, that's something that they will be getting a bit excited for. Oh, we can have somebody go at 1,000 days as champion. But then you've got Cody Rhodes. He's come back. He's made a name for himself in other places. He's come back to WWE with probably the biggest shocking return in latest years, because a lot of people thought it was a work that Cody was had left AEW and that he was gonna stay there. However, he returned at WrestleMania last year. Yes, he picked up an injury while training, as far as I'm aware. He picked up an injury. He's gone out. He was never given a time frame as to when he was going to be back. Or so he says, or so people say. He came back, won the Royal Rumble this year. For me, Cody Rhodes needs to win. It's been an absolute mega build-up. The promos have been absolutely fantastic with Paul Heyman, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, I don't rate him on the microphone, but under his tribal chief gimmick, he has improved on the mic. However, there is talks that he is going away for a while. So, is it going to be a case that Cody Rhodes is going to beat Roman Reigns? Will he finally beat Roman Reigns? Or is Roman Reigns going to hit the 1,000 mark as champion? It's a big 50-50 situation with these. Paul Heyman's not going to get involved, because if he gets involved, it will ruin the match. If they happen to have Solo or the Usos get involved, for me, it'll ruin the match. It needs to be Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes clashing, and that's it. Let them have a good old wrestling match. Cody Rhodes going away as champion, with the talks of possibly bringing back the Winged Eagle Championship, or probably close to that design, is something that I really want to see, because I hate those championship belts. They are the ugliest thing that you can ever find. So I'm hoping that Cody Rhodes wins, and I have predicted that Cody Rhodes will win. However, with obviously the talks of people, the whispers of people saying that Roman Reigns could carry on as champion and go for 1,000 days, it is a situation where he could very well go away from WrestleMania with the belt. So, honestly, WrestleMania, there is a few non-key matches I will be watching live if I can stay awake. I will be watching it live, and I honestly am really, really looking forward to watching it this year. I want to see Cody Rhodes walk away with the championship. For me, it's not about finishing the story as they are pushing. For me, it's not about the finishing the story. It's not about the tribal chief gimmick. It is literally about pushing a guy who has gone away from WWE for however many years it had been, worked his ass off, and left a company that is, on the outside it's not crumbling, but on the inside it possibly is. I mean, there is a lot of conflict between superstars backstage. People are falling out, people don't like each other, people are moaning. You know, did Cody Rhodes get out there at the right time? Is the question. Will AEW survive another few years? It probably will. It is a nice alternative. I used to watch it weekly, but honestly, I just can't keep up with it anymore. And I've watched the pay-per-views and everything. The pay-per-views are absolute brilliant. I love the AEW pay-per-views, but yes. Anyway, enough of the AEW stuff. This weekend, it's WrestleMania week. It's WrestleMania weekend. Later on, all the way till Sunday, there's going to be figure reveals. I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to come out now. So, it will come out next. So, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know it's a long one, but it's because of the events. I should have split it up into two. I should have split it up between Stand and Deliver and WrestleMania. But this is a long video. But please, watch it if you can. If you can bear listening to my voice this long, watch it, enjoy it, and even give me what your opinions might be in the comments. Give us a subscribe, watch the video, comment, do whatever you need to do. Just subscribe, have a look, have a watch. Give me your opinions. What's going to happen at WrestleMania this week? We don't know, but give me your opinions. What's going to happen? WrestleMania. It is WrestleMania. We have got WrestleMania this weekend. Woohoo! So, on that note, and to everybody that is possibly watching WrestleMania live or watching it after, enjoy it. Love the weekend. It's WrestleMania. Enjoy the WrestleMania weekend. And, I might even get a beer out. Woohoo! I might get a beer out. I might. So, enjoy your weekend, everybody. As I say, WrestleMania is always a big weekend for us wrestling fans. I hope everybody enjoys it, whether it's with your family, whether it's on your own, whether it's in a group chat, whether it's in a live video with reactions. Whatever you're doing with WrestleMania, enjoy it. And I will see you after the weekend in my next video. Well, or whenever I do that.